We did a short film in.
Sorry.
What's this?
Oh.
You're filming this part of me right
Oh,
now.
whoops, my bad. There we go.
We did a short film in 2003 called Fairies, and that literally the idea for that, I always had this idea of a kid in his basement kind of creating a potion that would make people gay, and I think that's because that's what I wanted growing up. And Corey actually suggested that we kind of ground that in some literature, and so we started thinking of like what you're forced to read in high school, and Midsummer seemed like the perfect match. So for Fairies, it really was kind of like a one-joke film, and Timothy turns everyone gay, and the end, and ha ha ha, it's over. And as we started traveling to festivals, a lot of programmers and audiences kept saying that they wanted to see more. So we started thinking of like what could that be, and we threw around the ideas of doing it on stage or maybe doing a television series, and then we decided to do the feature. So in about 2004, the end of 2004, we wrote the script, and then we did some stage readings of the screenplay in New York in 2006, and started getting the ball rolling with investors and such.
So the original film didn't have A Midsummer Night's Dream in it? Was it a
It did. No, it did, but it was
Okay.
very simple. It was like, it's kind of like the first 20 minutes of the movie. He finds the potion, he turns everyone gay, and that's it.
Okay.
And then when we decided to expand it, we really went back to the text of Midsummer and said, how can we take the actual text of Midsummer and let that inspire the expansion, inspire the characters, inspire the whole story.
And the musical treatment?
The musical, in the short film, there was 2 musical pieces. There's the the title song, Were the World Mine, was in it, and as well as the Classroom Daydream. But yeah, we worked with the same. Jessica Fogel was the composer of Fairies, and then Tim Sandusky, who wrote the score, and then also was the music producer. They collaborated with Corey, who adapted the lyrics from Shakespeare and wrote the new lyrics for this. Yeah.
You just mentioned that you had a meeting of this. Is there any idea now or perhaps in the future on adapting this for TV?
There is. It's like that. We've been to about 75 film festivals this past year, and that's usually like the #1 question. And right now, Corey and I, we've been living this Were the World Mine and Fairies for the past several years, so we're really ready to move on to our next film project. But I think it could be really interesting, and we actually have been getting some interest from the West End, London stage stuff, which we'll see where that goes. I think it could be really fun and interesting somewhere down the road. Who else? Yeah.
I'm sorry. You mentioned some other projects.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what the future film projects might be?
Yeah, we're working on. Corey just finished a script called Mariachi Gringo, which is it's not a musical, but it's music driven. It's got like a dozen mariachi songs. It's basically about a guy who's kind of dead end life. 30-year-old lives in the Midwest and is kind of sick of his life, and he decides to kind of give it all up and run away and become a mariachi singer in Mexico. So we're hoping to do that next year. So that's kind of in the works now.
What about further distribution for this?
For this, we're doing our own self-release for theatrical. So we've been booked in about 16 cities so far. So the thing that I can tell everyone is to please, please, please tell your friends, because we don't have a big distributor behind us. It's literally Corey and I in our living room distributing this film. But then in terms of other distribution, we're going to be on video on demand with Time Warner and Warner Brothers starting in February. Yeah. And then DVD will be with Wolf Video. And then we'll be on Logo, the cable station Logo, next summer. And then we've sold to, I think, almost like 10 territories. We've sold to Germany. We have a theatrical release that I believe begins January 15th in Germany, France, Australia, Taiwan. So we're getting out there. We have a soundtrack out. which is
Already bought it.
available on iTunes, and it's up the road at Virgin.
Already bought it.
Really? That's great. PS, we went with a record label called PS Classics, and they specialize in Broadway, and it's their first kind of step away from, or a step into films, and yeah, we're really excited about them and the soundtrack. It's really fun.
Your use of color in the film was absolutely spectacular, and I was wondering if there was any significance to any of the color, because like white keeps showing up, like white Western flower, and then you know, the white wings, and then like the final dream sequence for All Shall Be Peace, like they're all wearing white. I was wondering if there was any significance to the color.
Corey, do you want to field? He was the production designer, so I'll let him kind of.
Well, we sort of made a conscious choice to allow the color to evolve throughout the film, along with everything else. The tree evolves from a bare tree through a tree with blossoms to a tree with leaves, and the color evolves through little color in the beginning to like really a lot of over the top saturated color towards the end. So that was the general color idea. There's some little color themes. Timothy's color is green. His bedroom's green. His sort of antithesis is red. The dodgeball's red. There's a lot of red things that are his enemy. And white is the color of peace, and that's sort of the idea. And summer is that the white flower turns purple, which engages people in this thing that's against their will, and then it all has to come back to white. So yeah, I mean, the white was definitely the peaceful thing, and then the color just kind of explodes as the film goes on. That was the idea that we tried to accomplish.
Cool.
Where'd you find the young cast? I recognize you playing from theater.
Yeah,
you have cast here based out of the...
We did. You know, we kind of did the typical indie film thing where we were trying to get kind of that name actor both in as adults as well as like the new hot teenage star. And we found that the closet in Hollywood is still very alive and well. You know, we had a lot of agents that said that their clients would not play gay, no way, no way. And so we decided to really take it on ourselves, and we did casting calls in New York, LA, and Chicago, and we found Tanner Cohen in New York. He'd had no singing training at all, which is amazing. And then the other people from New York, Nathaniel David Becker, who plays Jonathan, we found him in New York. We found Ricky Goldman, who plays Max. Judy McLean, this is her first movie. She's starring on Broadway in Mamma Mia. She played Donna, and then Jill Larson, who plays Opal on All My Children. And both Judy and Jill did stage readings with us in 2006. And then Frankie is Zelda Williams, who's Robin Williams' daughter. We actually found, I met her about 2 years before we shot.
Oh,
and the minute I met her, I knew that I wanted her as Frankie. Miss Tebbett, Wendy Roby, who I was a major crazy Twin Peaks fan growing up, and we found her in a really kind of tiny little theater in Chicago when Corey and I were living in Chicago for the short film. And I saw her headshot, and I was like, there's no way that she will do a no-budget short film. And at the time, we wanted her to play the mother, Donna. And we sent her the script, and of course her agent said, no way, no way. We sent the script to Wendy, and the next morning she called and she said, I'm in, but I want to play the teacher. And at that time, Miss Tebbett was not at all what she is now. And we sat down with Wendy, and she kind of had all these, ideas. And so Corey and I started working on who Miss Tebbett could be. And when we decided to do the feature, Wendy was the first person we went to. And we worked with her to, kind of expand the idea of Miss Tebbett. And,
nicely realized character, larger than life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got some pretty out there ideas of who Miss Tebbett is, which is exciting and fun.
So you had agents who spoke for all of their clients saying, I don't represent anyone who wants to do a gay movie?
No, we had some. We went to very specific people, some of the High School Musical stars. And yeah, and we got, I don't know if it ever went past the agent, but we got that right away where, look, there's no way my client will play gay. And,
Did you ever feel like there was the agent saying that for the client?
You never know. I mean, absolutely. I think that that's probably more the case than, that's their job is to be the gatekeeper. Who knows?
How much of the cast is actually gay?
It was really important to us to find. Tanner is out. He's in Out Magazine. He's in a bunch
Advocate.
of in Advocate. He's in Frontiers, which just came out today, I think. There's a great spread on him. But it was really important for us to find, lead actors that weren't just the straight guys playing gay. So yeah. Corey, who we found. Yeah. And then the scene that happened in the woods, we literally called every single person we knew and had them go to their local craft store, and we bought up every purple pansy in Illinois. We still have them. They're in some random storage unit in Chicago somewhere. So. Anyone else? No?
Just one last thing from
Yeah.
at least. It's just I've always loved musicals, and I've always thought there's an intrinsic gayness to them. So it's very gratifying to see, especially a movie musical, that is so unabashedly gay. It's definitely rewarding. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. Please tell your friends to come see us this weekend. Thank you.